Hi traders, welcome to this demonstration of the FX Algo Trader Daily Pivots version 1 software. Unfortunately I've had to withdraw all the trial downloads of the software because a load of cretins kept ripping it off and publishing it on download sites which have now been deleted and removed from the web. So I'm now having to demonstrate the product using videos. So apologies, but there you go, that's what some people are like. Anyway, let's first of all load the Daily Pivots version 1 indicator onto the chart. You can see here the external inputs come up on the screen for us. Let's just load the indicator first and show you what it looks like. You can see here we've got standard daily pivots showing on our euro-dollar hourly chart, and if you look carefully in a bit more detail you can see we've defined the resistance pivots in red and the support pivots, i.e. S1, S2, M1, M2 in green. One of the key things about these FX Algo Trader pivots is the ability to set an alert around a pivot level. So for example, if we wanted to enable a pivot alert, we get a pivot alert enabled, make that true. If we want to pivot around the central pivot, we type PP in, and if we want it within 10 pips of the central pivot, if we click OK, close our interface, you can now hear the pivot alert coming in at the central pivot, and you also get a pivot alert printed in the experts tab underneath the chart. Let's just turn our pivot alert off, and also we can do other configuration or different configurations of the system. For example, we may want to hide the M levels, intermediate pivot levels, and that's simply done. You can see there the M levels have now been hidden. We can also change our colors extremely quickly, so if we want to change the central pivot to, for example, yellow, there you go, it's now changed. And we may want to change our line lengths for each period. So for example, if we wanted the line lengths on the hourly chart to be 5 periods long, we can simply change those, and now you can see the pivot is only drawn 5 periods into the past. We can define those for each different period. The other key thing with the system is the ability to include Sunday data within the pivot calculation or exclude it. Some broker charts don't show Sunday data, which means that your pivot calculations will be skewed unless you configure the pivot indicator to calculate, or to obviously calculate that accordingly. Pretty straightforward. There are obviously much more sophisticated pivot systems available from FX Algo Trader, but in terms of getting going and providing a rudimentary capability for pivots on a daily, weekly and monthly basis, the V1 systems are a good place to start. I hope that's clear. If anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Email is info@fxalgotrader.com. Thanks for listening.